There's kind of two answers to that, but we're dealing with two universes, so I kind of think that's cool. The first one is on the Transformers side, and it was kind of a realization I came to while I was working on the book, and it's Frenzy. Frenzy was the first Transformer I ever bought, and when I was 9, back in 1984, and he has kind of always been there, and I've never drawn him professionally, apart from when I did the first series of Transformers My Little Pony, and I drew him in that, and I just kind of my love for him, I kind of realized that this guy's always been here in my life, and I've never drawn him, but actually this is brilliant. And then I got to do him again for this series, and I was just like, yeah, Frenzy is my favorite guy to draw, and might actually be my favorite Transformer. So the series has taught me something about myself, for sure. So yeah, Transformers side is Frenzy. My Little Pony, that's an easy one. It's Applejack. I love Applejack just so much from the show. She's just the best. She's I kind of see a lot of myself in her, and I didn't get to draw her for the first series. So yeah, getting to do her in this was, and I can't describe the joy. I didn't expect it. The joy that I felt the first time I drew her. It was just, I just felt like a little kid, and then I got to draw her quite a few times more in that strip. So yeah, Frenzy and Applejack, without a doubt.
Hard to narrow down one favorite character. There are a lot of fun characters to draw. I enjoyed drawing RC. She's one of my favorite Transformers. Holiday was kind of a new My Little Pony character for me, but I identified with her a little bit. But I think the one I enjoyed most was actually Greenlight. She's a character that appeared in the recent IDW Transformers comics, and a bunch of different artists drew her. So the reference I got was slightly different from image to image, but I had a fun time streamlining her design and adding her into sort of this G1 Transformer / My Little Pony aesthetic. It was actually a lot of fun to draw her. So if I had to pick one, it'd be Greenlight.
The biggest challenge for writing the series is honestly that I just wish I had more pages. There are 100 extra characters I wish I could be writing for and throwing into the mix, even on our second go round. And I know every character kind of has their fans and is someone's favorite. So we try and get as many great moments in with all of these wonderful characters and personalities from both sides. I just wish we had even more pages to fit even more in, but it's all done with love, and we are making it jam-packed for your dollar. I can tell you that.
Just coming up with new pairings between the ponies and the bots to make it feel fresh and exciting, and also just, thinking up funny combinations that also would have some emotional resonance. It's both the most challenging part of this series, but also the most fun and the most rewarding. So a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, but I love it. I think you guys are going to love the new pair-ups in this series.
Most challenging, it's set on Cybertron, so the whole thing is kind of challenging in terms of backgrounds. And actually, I noticed that a lot more, that the first book, the first series rather, was much quicker to get done, and this one probably took double the amount of time to finish the 10 pages that I've just finished, just because Cybertron is in the background. Instead of those lovely undulating hills and fluffy trees, it's harsh buildings with big chunks taken out of them where there's been explosions going off. So yeah, I think as whenever you're drawing Cybertron, that's always going to take the number one slot for what's the most challenging thing to draw.
For me, I would say the posture of the ponies. I've drawn ponies before in a couple of issues, but for the most part, I grew up drawing, superheroes, Transformers. So, kind of that bipedal posture is kind of what I'm used to as far as doing body language and stuff. So I'm still, even though I've drawn a couple issues, I'm still kind of getting used to the kind of the posture of the four-legged ponies. It's fun to do something new like that, but it's still a bit of a challenge. I feel like the other stuff comes natural to me, but the ponies they take a little more thinking, but it is a lot of fun.
I think just by nature of being on Cybertron as opposed to in Equestria, this series, while it's still fun and a little bit silly and all the things that made the first series so easily lovable, this has a little bit more of a, more Transformers tone to it. It's just a touch more serious. It's a touch darker. It definitely swings more in that TF direction as opposed to the MLP direction. And I think that gave us a little, something a little bit different to play with this time around.
Because it is on Cybertron and the last one was on Equestria, I really sort of steered the tone more towards the world it was on. So the first round was a little brighter, a little sweeter, a little sillier in that My Little Pony vein, still trying to keep true to all the Transformers characters, of course. But now that we're on Cybertron, we're leaning a little more into that tone. So it's a little more dangerous. It's a little darker. But of course, we're still then being true to all the ponies. But I think if it's a 60-40 split, right, we kind of switched who's got the 60. So if you're a little more of a Transformers fan and you didn't want to try the first one, you couldn't quite get yourself to pick up a pony comic, this one I think will have a little more of that Cybertron you love. So now you can't say no.